You're now tuned into Mic Check Waifu. Polo and Tell, is that you?
Mic check. Mic check, waifu. Tell, is that you?
Yes, it is. What's going on, brother? How you feeling?
What's happening?
Oh man, yo, I think it's about time we came back to this anyway.
Yeah, man. It's a big episode for you guys today. As always, Mic Check Waifu is brought to you by Lube Complex. Make sure y'all go to lubecomplex.com and use that offer code waifu to save on your entire cart. It's also brought to you by Don't Talk Shop, ad coming later. And it's also, thankfully, sponsored by our Patreon producers, Monique Williams, explicitly Treeses, and let me make sure I got them all. Connor, of course, duh. He's like the number one and producer of the show. Today is a real big episode for you guys today. Today is a real big episode for you guys today. I guess I'm stumbling over my words because I'm a little giddy right now, bro. We got so much to talk about. Shout out to @ Rob J, the homie, who wrote in to us at Mic Check Waifu on Twitter. And he asked, or he didn't really ask, but he said, when is our next? No, that was last week. He said we need to do a recommendations episode because it's been a very long time since y'all did one last. And there's been a lot of new stuff that came out since. So I feel like we both feel like Rob J was on to something with that one.
Also, can we just give a shout out to Rob J for even being here that long, bro?
Yes, yeah.
To remember that first recommendation episode. That was what, 60 episodes ago?
Yeah, around that. This is episode 85, and it was on episode 21 when we did our last recommendations episode.
Yeah.
And boy, when I tell you those early episodes, man, our sound quality, not great.
It's getting better almost every day.
And not the best, but now I think we got it. We got a handle on it. Also, we got a few shows to talk about. I didn't know how we were going to do it because the recommendations tend to go a long time, but we have to talk about a couple of these shows, man.
For sure. There's some really good ones this week, obviously.
Yeah.
Now, you said before we started recording that there was one you had a question about in Promise Neverland.
Yeah. So you watched Promise Neverland. Do we want to save that for spoiler talk?
Yeah, we will save it for later. It's Promise Neverland.
Yeah.
So I just want to say,
I got
I'll answer
questions.
whatever question you got.
It's cool. Because that one stressed me out. But Tell finally watched Redo of a Healer. So
that one stressed me out. Come on, bro.
I think that's where we should start. Now I've gave ample warning about 3 weeks in a row, 4 weeks in a row.
Enough.
I did
wasn't
though.
Enough warning for that shit.
Yo, I said everything in the sun that this show is gonna do. Like I mentioned it on the podcast 3-4 different episodes before it came out. To let everybody know what was coming. And lo and behold, the people that watched it, they were like, yeah.
I don't think I was built for that. Like I think I'll be okay, right? Mm-hmm. Like I'm gonna finish it.
Of course.
Like, are we about to go into this talk right now?
Yeah, let's do it. Well, definitely.
All right, so this gave me very much so like Shield Hero vibes, but worse. Like worse. way worse. Like I couldn't actually deal with like what they were doing to our main character. His name Kiaru. Mm-hmm. Like that was dirty, bro. Like y'all really doing him like this, and it's like it's mad early. It just doesn't seem like logical. And what's her name? Tiger Mochi on Twitter was like, she gonna have to get through it, talking about it. And I'm just like, I don't know, bro. I had to pause it a couple times. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I did watch it uncensored. It's a bit much.
Yeah, for those of you who are wondering, you can watch it. You can watch it uncensored on sites that shall not be named. Yeah. So what I'm doing right now is I'm looking for a tweet. There was a tweet specifically between me and Blind Man. Oh, you know what? It was on my personal Twitter. That's what it was.
Yeah.
So
I'll say Zay Pika also watched it too.
Yeah, Zay. Zay had a hard time.
He and I both, bro. And it's like the one thing I was saying is that I can deal with what Aaron Yeager is doing.
Absolutely.
And it might be because I was like, we had more time with Aaron, right? Like we saw him develop into this. Mm-hmm. But this character, you know, is 2 episodes, and we got to see what happened to him within the 2 episodes. And it's like, damn, like this is really what you went through, and then you went through it a second time.
Yeah. For those of you that like anime podcast, support our friends over at Blind Anime Podcast. They're extreme supporters of ours, and we're extreme supporters of theirs. They're incredible. So he tweets watching, you know, he tweets his annie list talking about he's watching a redo of Healer. I respond to that tweet and say, "Oh," and he quote tweet me and say, "Bruh," and I say, "I'm so sorry, man. The revenge even gets wild." He said, "I was so conflicted after episode 2," and I said, "Exactly. It's like it's wrong to root for him. Like it's wrong. Exactly. Like it's wrong to root for him. I think about the stuff she did twice. Then it's like." What do you do? Do you root for him because of what she did to him twice? Because technically she did it twice and 2 different lifelines that he had to experience. Mm-hmm. So like, and he says, exactly. I don't think I've ever been that. I don't think I've ever had that experience watching anime because you don't know what to feel, right? You don't know if you're supposed to support the main character or hate the fact that this is even. You're just conflicted, and that's how I was when I read it back in March of last year.
And that's how I kind of feel, right? Is like I'm conflicted with how I feel about it. Like I'm not necessarily mad at him, but it's like, bro, that get back might just be a little too much for me. Like, yeah, I don't think that if that happened to me, I could have that same like get back. But it's also like maybe. But because at that point mentally is broken. Like he was probably the first time he was like happy, like I'm a hero. Yeah, like this is gonna be a whole new like really good life, and they took advantage of him. Okay, and he had to go through it all over again. Yeah. So trigger warning right here. I'm gonna say a lot of things that happen in this episode. If you are watching a redo of Healer, or if you're not watching a redo of Healer because of the I guess the triggerness of it. Fast forward about 5 minutes. Okay. So I think the fact that the princess sent the soldiers down to rape him, dudes, multiple times a day, constantly over and over and over, just so they can recover their powers better or whatever the excuse was. It wasn't even just dudes either. It was men and women. Everybody going down there raping him. Yeah. And just destroying his mental drugs, kicking, punching, beating, all kinds of things that are just the absolute worst things you can think of. Way worse than Rising of a Shield Hero, way worse than any other show that you've seen with I guess with this type of drama in it. The only thing I can really think of is Griffith, but it's not like Griffith's shit was like right in and there. It wasn't like prolonged over time and months and stuff like that. Exactly. So he decides that he's going to finally get his revenge when he can recover from the situation. And to have gone through it twice, that is what I try to keep in my mind, because we only seeing it 2 episodes and they're kind of like montages, right? They're montages of the situation that he's going through in 2 episodes. So we don't really have time to get to know our main character. We don't know who he was as a person before this. We knew he was pleasant, right? But we didn't get to to get to know him, to get close to him because of it. So like, is that revenge justified after all of that? Kind of, because what he does to her is he enhances his dick. Excuse my language. He enhances his magic stick is what I'm gonna call it, and literally
give it right back to her. But instead, he kind of forces her to say yes, which is, I mean, the same thing as rape. And it's like, I was so conflicted, man. I was so conflicted.
I think that like, so, and I can get past like that, right? The part that continues to conflict me is the fact that he erased her memory and essentially made her a whole new person. And it's like, if you'd had just let her go on and live her life, like, and just let her suffer with that kind of mentality, I guess I would have been like, okay. Yeah. But now she doesn't even like, she's an entirely new person because you erased her memory.
But does that make it better?
It doesn't, because to me, the way I see it is right. Like, at least if he had like did his thing and then said, fuck you, going about your life, I changed your face, you'll never be this person again, I'd have been like, you know what? She deserved that anyway.
Right.
And that's it. But now it's essentially like, when I think about the idea that you've lost your memory, that person that you were before no longer exists. So that person no longer deserves to like suffer. So like this new person, although they're not suffering, it's like, it's that, I think it's like a moral dilemma of like, that's never going to be who that person truly is.
That's true.
So that's another part that conflicts me, but we'll see how the story goes on, and kind of how things develop after that. But I mean, the show seems like it's going to be thoroughly like interesting. I just hope that the main character is actually like a hero.
Likable, right?
Yeah, I hope he's a hero. I don't want him to be some twisted, demented character.
I only read like, I think it was like 10 chapters of the light novel or something like that. I forgot how it was set up. And to be honest, I remember him meeting like one other character, and then that's when I dropped it. I just forgot all about it because I think I wanted to forget all about it after what I saw. But
come on.
Yeah, no, I mean it's not that bad, but it's bad. We'll see though. We'll see. It's weird to say I'm looking forward to it because like,
I mean, that's the thing though, is I am intrigued. Like,
yes,
right? Like, I'm gonna keep watching it. I'm gonna keep watching it. It's on my 100 watchers anime challenge list.
This it's so I don't. Oh my guys, listeners, I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time saying what I want to say because it's like I like it, but I don't like it. Right? Like I don't like what's going on in it, but I like the show. I don't know, man. It's
not a bad looking show.
Yes, it's like and it's written, I think, like interestingly enough, like, and it's paced well, right? Like the stuff I like about anime that is important to me, you know, is what I like in this show. Like maybe the context and the content of the show is like rough and triggering and bad.
I need like these next couple episodes where we get like some character development.
Yeah, that's
like,
all I need.
Because I will say though, right off the bat, I was like, let's go. You know, like he was like, I know I'm gonna have to go through this, so let's eat these narcotic mushrooms or whatever to build up my tolerance. I love that immediately. I was like, okay, like I like that. Like he's thinking in advance to kind of build up his tolerance, knowing that he's gonna have to go through this, and knowing that he had the resolve to know what steps is going to happen to have to go through it again to get where he's going to go. I was like, I like that resolve too. So he clearly has some kind of like really good mental state about himself. It's just more or less, you know, we need to see where it goes.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're going to see soon.
True.
Next episode is in a couple of days, right?
Yep. Yeah. So let's get out of this before I get in trouble for some reason. So with this episode being titled Recommendations 2, it's going to be us obviously giving recommendations. Now, the way we did recommendations the first time was we gave the recommendations, we gave what we liked about it, and you know, obviously if you should watch it. But I think first off, before we get into the actual full recommendations, I think we should start off with something called So Far So Good. Now, So Far So Good are shows that we are going to recommend that you watch that are so far so good. So essentially shows that we are watching currently this winter season. And obviously we're going to go back and forth like we did in our original recommendations episode. And Tell started last time. So this time I'm going to start and I'm going to say So Far So Good, slice of life, We know that's where I'm gonna go for most of these recommendations. Shout out to Rob J. But I'm gonna start off with obviously So Far So Good. Quintessential Quintuplets 2. Season 2 of Quintessential Quintuplets is fire. The show continues to be fire. It's one of the most popular shows in Japan right now for very good reason. And I think it needs more love over here for sure. Explicitly, shout out to Explicitly. He told me to read it, which I think I will. Because it's different than the anime. So, but I've heard nothing but good things about the read, and I'm seeing nothing but good things about the show. So that's fun. I get to double dip.
All right, so that's a good one to start with. I am going to go with Scarred on the Praetor, which is one that y'all have heard me talk about a couple episodes ago. 3 episodes in, just started this season. I'm actually enjoying it, and I think everyone else will too.
Dope. All right, well, for my second So Far So Good, I'm gonna go with Kimono Jahin. This show is a shonen that I think is extremely interesting. It's like Radiant, but 20 times better so far. It starts off with these 3 13-year-old, well, this one 13-year-old who is essentially a monster. And it's a world full of monsters that have like this secret society going on. And he joins a part of this detective group, and they basically solve crimes that are supernatural, if you will. He's basically a demon that he's what they call him, demon / ghoul or something like that. Something like that, where he can't die. He's immortal. And it's extremely interesting. The main character is so fun because he's monochrome or monotone. I should say monochrome. I've been playing too many video games.
Kind of thing.
He's monotone, so he's like he doesn't have like feelings. He can't really express himself well because he's essentially dead already. And it's so far so good. Like, it's super interesting. We're only 3 episodes into this one, but I can't wait to continue it more.
One that I know I'm going to watch and Polo probably won't watch, Beastar season 2.
Oh, I'm gonna watch it. I just need it to be done.
I'm really enjoying it. Obviously I enjoy season 1 a decent amount. Season 2 to me even better, and I think the animation is better, so hopefully Polo can get over that part.
Oh yeah. As long as the story's good, I'm good.
I think the story is starting off really good, so we're gonna see.
My next one is going to be probably one of the greatest slice of life to come out of this winter season. And that's Horimiya. Horimiya is special. I need everybody to watch it. I need everybody to watch it, please. It's 3 episodes in. They all have been fire. The pacing is so well done. The character development is great. The characters in general are great. And they're so likable. And the art is so beautiful too. There's moments in this show where they do like almost like a silhouette of the characters and like a beautiful backgrounds. It's wonderful. Great show so far.
So one that I know Polo is watching, The Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, season 2.
Yes, sir.
Yes. I love where they're headed, and it doesn't have to be super action oriented. I just like how it's almost like I'm playing a game where I'm building a world myself. It feels kind of like that. I love it. So yeah, Time I Got Reincarnated as Slime,
season 2.
Season 2, yes.
Yeah, that's definitely so far so good. Another one for me is Jobless Reincarnation. This one is fire, man. What I liked about it is this most recent episode had a moment between him and his the reincarnated main character and his father. He had a conversation with him about something his father scolded him about. And it was it was such an interesting interaction. I'm gonna save it for when you guys watch it, because the way it developed was great. This so far already has some great character development. I can't wait to see how far it goes. And it's interesting because our main character is the only main character so far in this world that can cast magic without having to incite the spell or read it out loud, which is a cool little quote unquote OP part of it, which is different. And yeah, I think it's going to be a good one too.
Yeah. I only have one more from my so far so good right now, and it's Cells at Work. I think this is season 2. If you didn't see the first season of Cells at Work, it's basically anime about the internal, how your body reacts to different things internally. And season 2 is even better, kind of dramatic if you like some dramatic stuff, but it's actually like really dope. It's like your classic like action anime slash like a comedy. It's dope.
Sick. Sweet. All right. Well, I got a few more, obviously. I'm going to say bottom tier character Tomozaki is almost so similar to Love Don't Cost a Thing. That's why I'm enjoying it so much. The hidden dungeon only I can enter. We got to a major part with him joining his adventurers class, and it's super interesting. I do enjoy it. It's very ecchi, very silly, a fun show. And I'm going to say that's going to come later, so I'm gonna save that.
Yeah, only other one I could have added was Soma Spider So What. I'm watching it. I enjoy it, but I don't see it being something everybody else is going to enjoy.
I was about to say, but can you recommend it?
Yeah, I mean, I would if you don't want something that's super like you got to pay a lot of attention to. But me paying attention to it is actually kind of it's funny. It's just funny. That's
right. All right, I guess that'll be it for so far so good. A lot of great ones, man. Guys, listen to our previous episodes to go into more detail on the shows we just mentioned in those, or the episode following this one. But this one is this season has been probably the best we've had, maybe since we started doing this podcast.
It's a lot of really good stuff this season.
Yeah,
a whole lot. Real
tough to say what's better at this particular moment. But with that being said, let's move on to just recommendations. I don't know about Tell, but I have a list of specifically slice of life because Rob underscore Rob J asked. Let me go to his question real quick because he Twitter was going crazy. Please excuse me. Oh, I should have read this question first. Ubi Man said, what are y'all thoughts on redo of a healer? We just did that. I should have jumped off with that question. My bad. There it is. He said, at underscore Rob J says, I need some messy drama like slice of life recommendations. Sort of like Scum's Wish, Rent a Girlfriend, and My Teen Romantic Comedy. And he finished start Domestic Girlfriend. He actually finished Domestic Girlfriend. Which is interesting. But yeah. You want me to start off?
Well, I just want to give one slice of life recommendation first.
Sure.
And that is going to be My Teen Romantic Comedy, Snafu.
Yeah, everybody.
Officially my favorite slice of life of all time, with Hachimon being probably one of my favorite main characters ever. He's just too good.
He's way too good. Great slice of life recommendation. If you want some drama, I think he already saw this one, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Anohana is a slice of life that had me in tears. And it wasn't like Clannad tears, but I was close. It whooped my ass. It gut punched me a few times. So Anohana is a fantastic slice of life anime.
For other slice of life, the only other ones I really, really love, Your Lie in April. Polo put me on that one.
Yep.
If it wasn't for Polo, my wife and I wouldn't have cried to that one. But really good series.
Fantastic series. And it's different for me too because I don't really like music anime, but this one was more like strictly slice of life and drama than music, right? Which,
yeah, it was more relationship based.
Yeah, exactly.
The music was just like a catalyst.
Exactly. Another one I'm gonna recommend is Golden Time. I've talked about it on this show. Definitely messy. And messy definitely messy. Not domestic girlfriend messy, but messy in the sense of not Scum's Wish messy either. Holy shit. How messy is it? My teen romantic comedy snafu messy. So it's not really too messy.
Yeah.
But it has some mess in it. Golden Time is a good one. I've talked about it on the show before. It's about a guy who loses his memory in an accident, who had a girl from his hometown that he liked. She didn't really like him back. He had an accident, and then he moves on to college and finds a new girl. And it's an interesting, I guess you can call it triangle with himself.
Yeah, I remember that.
Because of his memory returning slowly.
Always messy enough. Rent a girlfriend.
Yep. Never can't miss with Rent a Girlfriend.
Right, that one's messy for sure.
Another one is Orange. Orange, I recommended it on Twitter a while back. It's sad. More so sad than anything else, which I do have a lot of.
I do want to add one more thing.
Sure.
As Polo is listing off these slice of life, I'm actually adding them to my list.
Yep.
And he said it's sad. I'm just kind of a little pissed because
Polo
always hit me with this sad stuff, and just come on, bro.
Well, you know what I like about Orange is it kind of traverses their life, right? Like it doesn't just go from 1 year or 2 years; it goes throughout their life. So that's a good anime to watch. What you got?
Okay, I'm gonna be outside of the slice of life.
Yeah, you can go wherever you want.
One of my recommendations from last time, but I think it's still a really solid recommendation if you haven't watched it. Death Parade. Great anime for like overall just thinkers and someone who likes a decent like overall plot and just overall pretty decent storytelling.
Sweet. Yeah, that's a good one. One that wasn't out when I did recommendations last time was a show called Convenience Store Boyfriends, which sounds like a boy's love, but it's not. Trust me. Convenience Store Boyfriends is about a group of, I believe, 2 friends. Maybe if I remember correctly, it's 2 or 3 friends or something like that who goes to a convenience store every day after they get out of school. They run into a few girls that each of them likes, and they slowly build their relationship by going to this convenience store or being around the convenience store. The convenience store is basically the catalyst for them building relationships with each other. A little bit of drama in that one too that gets interesting. Convenience Store Boyfriends is probably a big sleeper that I think more people should have watched, but they haven't. So check out Convenience Store Boyfriends. Worth it.
One of the anime I just kind of rewatched recently. It's a movie, Akira. Great movie, great classic.
Yes.
It's from 1988, so some people may have not seen it because it came out before they were born. 100% give it a shot. It's actually overall just very interesting. Great movie. Yeah, for sure.
Great character too.
Yeah.
He's fantastic. Damn, I don't want to just stick in slice of life, but I got a lot of slice of life here.
Do you think, brother?
Let me go ahead and go to somewhere else in this list. I'm trying to go to where I haven't gone, you know? Like that's essentially my goal.
Mm-hmm.
I've gone here in the show, I know, but I don't remember it in the recommendations, but I'm going to recommend Log Horizon. I'm going to always recommend Log Horizon. It's one of my favorite isekai with characters that you just grow to love and adore and you just want more of, which I still haven't started Log Horizon 3 yet. I'm still waiting to see if I can get a dub of that one because I enjoy the dub so much. But Log Horizon, 2 seasons of it, both 24 episodes long. And a very interesting take on the isekai inside of a video game world kind of thing.
right, cool. Which I actually got that on my list too.
Sweet. I'm excited.
Next one for me is actually another movie. One I didn't recommend because I didn't watch until afterwards. Grave of the Fireflies. It's a Studio Ghibli, so you know what the art style's gonna look like. It's actually very pretty old style anime. Some tears involved.
Ooh, interesting.
You remember I told you about this? It made me super sad. I was kind of pissed.
True. Okay. Well, let's go to one that's a little bit newer. I'm gonna go to Misfit Demon King Academy. That's one we watched last season, was it? Or 2 seasons ago? Mm-hmm. Fire, man. Fire. One of the best OP characters ever with his demeanor, with his power, with his attitude. And the story in it was real good. I feel like the end was a little bit rushed, but still it was an extremely special show. I hope we get more of it. Because I enjoyed it a lot.
My next one is Toilet Bound Hanako-kun.
Oh my God, yes. Good one.
Yeah. Beautiful art style, really cool, like overall idea of the show, and I like supernatural stuff. Mm-hmm. It was a banger for me. Yeah, definitely.
Definitely watch Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. Super funny too. Super silly. I like it. I liked it a lot. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure to let y'all know that one that seemed like it was gonna be more shonen actiony type, but end up being kind of like a regular high school, but not as good. But I still can recommend it. Was Our Last Crusade, or The Rise of a New World. I enjoyed it. It wasn't standoutish. It definitely fell in the background of the season that it came out, which was last season. But I still enjoyed it, and I still think more people should watch it just because I want to get a 2. I want to get a season 2. So go ahead and check that one out. It's on Funimation.
All right. My next one is one that I think Polo would actually like, but I don't think he actually watched it yet. It is Maria the Virgin Witch.
Oh yeah. No, I started it.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it, and that was like my first not my first, but it was one of those ones I watched without anyone telling me that was not very action oriented. It was just like romance and fantasy. So
yeah, because I remember you talking about it on the show. It had me super curious.
Yeah, I think you would like it for sure.
Cool. Another one I think people should watch is Tower of God. I don't know why people keep telling me or keep saying on Twitter that Crunchyroll messed up with the webtoons. They only messed up with everything else but Tower of God.
Fact.
Tower of God.
Noblesse is pretty good to me too, but go ahead.
Yeah, for what that's worth. Tower of God is fantastic. It is fantastic. It will continue to be fantastic in the future. And I think people should definitely watch it. If you held back on it because you heard on Twitter, on any Twitter, that it isn't that good, don't listen to them. It is. It's real good. God of High School is the one that's bad.
Yeah, drop God of High School.
Yes.
Watch Tower of God.
Yes, easy.
You're watching the wrong show with God in the name.
Facts. Tower of God is the one that's trash. No, I'm not Tower. Tower of God is the one that's good. God of High School is the one that's bad. I almost fucked that up.
All right. So another one I'm going to recommend. I think I recommended this last time, but I just can't recommend enough. Parasite the Maxim.
Yes.
Psychological thriller, action anime, great intro song, one of my favorite intros of all time. And, just, you might get some tears in there. I don't think you should cry too much, but you'll get some tears in there.
Nah, there's no way you're crying in Parasite the Maxim.
Nah, you just that one part with the...
It wasn't tear worthy.
Nah, I think the mom part.
Oh, true. No, it still wasn't tear worthy, but it was pretty sad.
I was sorry. I was like, I can't believe this shit. All right, no spoilers, but yeah, Parasite the Maxim.
One I watched after we did, like way after, and don't see anybody talking about, but it has 4 seasons. A lot of them being OVAs, but Strike the Blood, I like a lot. the main character is phenomenal. The supporting cast, they just get better and better as the show go on. Strike the Blood is a lot of fun to watch. A lot of action too, which is something which is interesting because Tell hasn't seen it. This is one I just knew he would have because of the action.
When I watched like the first episode.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's one that people should definitely check out.
One that we watched last year, actually, pretty good to me. Inspector.
Yeah, good one.
Yeah, it's another supernatural like mystery anime. Mm-hmm. Pretty good for like something that was out of nowhere. It's another what's that, a Crunchyroll exclusive too?
Yep. Yeah,
it was pretty good in my opinion. Also, Polo and I did a lot of talking about it.
Yeah,
and I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, please watch Inspector. I hope we get another one of those too. It's hard to tell because of the way
these Crunchyroll originals go.
Yeah, they wouldn't receive too well. I'm gonna go ahead and says Kaguya-sama Love is War. That's an obvious choice. That one's phenomenal. Most people have seen it, but if you haven't seen it, it's so wholesomely fun to watch. The characters are great, and Chica is phenomenal. She's phenomenal.
My first time seeing that Chica dance, I was like, "Hey, I know this," and then she was getting it. I was like, "Okay, I know this dance. I've seen it all over TikTok and Twitter."
Chica's dope.
Yeah. My recommendation next one is gonna be Hellsing series. If you like some action, you like OP characters. Alucard is that 110%, but also he's just dope.
True that. Okay, let's see here. One that came from one of our listeners. I think it actually came from Rob J. And this is one I was going to recommend, but I want to give him the credit for it. I want to give him a credit for his full list, actually. So let's go ahead and give some recommendations that our viewers gave. But he at _ Rob J says recommendations: Black Butler, Blood Blockade, Battlefront. The one I was going to recommend with him was The Great Pretender. Fantastic 9 out of 10 series to me, in my opinion.
Okay.
Disastrous Life of Saki K, which I looked at, never watched it, so I'm gonna have to check that one out. I'm gonna add that to my list of just stuff I want to watch. And then Darker Than Black, which is one I haven't seen either, actually, which is weird. What you got, Till?
How heavy are the dumbbells you lift?
Yeah, I remember you talking about this one.
It's basically a slice of life anime about working out, and
of course,
funny as fuck. But they also give really good details at the end of every episode that tell you like how to stay more fit, what to do to actually be more fit, how to find things that you may actually be interested in. 100% enjoy How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift.
Dope. I'm gonna go to
too, which is pretty good.
I'm gonna go to @CrystalLight10. Shout out to @CrystalLight. Between her and Rob J, again, two of the best anime thread creators on Twitter. Period. Nobody's beating them two. But her forever recommendation is K/K Project. All of it in order. and she said other ones I've enjoyed was Zetsuin no Tempest, Code Realized Guardian of Rebirth. These names are crazy. Gold Realized Guardian of Rebirth, The Ancient Magnus Bride, which is a fantastic show everybody should watch, and Moriarty the Patriot. I've seen her talk about this one on one of her threads. I might check it out. Moriarty the Patriot. Huh. Interesting. Thanks, Crystal. Appreciate you.
Right. I got to do this because I haven't watched this latest season yet, but I'm about to binge the life out of it. Haikyuu.
Yes. Well, didn't we recommend that one in our last recommendations or no?
I don't know if we watched at that point.
No, you're right. We didn't.
But Haikyuu, yes, 100%. And I'm about to binge this 4th season because it's complete.
Oh, yeah.
It's just not dubbed yet, I don't think.
Damn it.
I'm about to go ahead and throw down on that one.
Dope. All right. I think that's all we got as far as recommendation goes. Let me just double check. I don't want to miss anybody. Oh, Misha from Blurred Mind says she says tell people to read Phantom Seer because I need anime. I need an anime adaptation. And if you haven't mentioned it, come on, Jaheen.
I just added it to my list too. But Phantom Seer is definitely gonna get an anime adaptation. It better. That manga is so good, bro.
Yeah,
it's so good.
I think we should do a manga recommendation episode separate from this one.
We'll include webtoons too.
Yep. Shout out to Michael who asked for us to do one of manga. We definitely got you, bro. Definitely got you for that. But we want to keep the anime separate. But he says, oh, excuse me. Let me go to his actual. What do you say? Dude, our Twitter goes crazy sometimes. And sometimes I lose track of stuff. I need to start screenshotting it and just saving it in my phone as like pictures because that'll probably be easier to catch up.
Or I think you can make a list like for that day, I guess. Maybe. I don't know.
True. Let's do something. I got to do something with the questions because we get a lot of tweets, period, on our Twitter account. Follow us at Mike Check a Waifu. I lost it, Mike, but you just know we got you. His ad name is It's Uncle Mike. It's Uncle Mike's son. Oh, there he is. He said I wouldn't mind an episode on any manga either of you two are reading at the moment and your thoughts about them. We got you, Mike. That'll be a whole separate episode. We'll give you a few manga because I've been into reading a bunch myself. So I can't wait to do that. But is that it for recommendations? We covered a lot.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of.
Before we finish with the recommendation talk, I'm just going to make sure I name these shows because I have them on my list. Just because Hayuaka, Real Life, Corco Connect, Fruits Basket, Waiting in the Summer. Waiting in the Summer was one I read after our last recommendations. Toradora, Maid Sama is actually really good. Welcome to NHK, phenomenal slice of life. Clannad After Story. I recommended that last time, so I didn't want to recommend it this time. And that's it.
Okay. And I'm going to run through just a couple I had on here just to finish up. Fate series, Pokemon X, Y, and Z, Chivalry of a Failed Knight, Gundam Tri-Fighters, Noragami.
Cool. And with that, let's go into some Twitter questions, shall we? Some phenomenal Twitter questions from you guys. As always, we appreciate you. You can write in to us at Mike Check Waifu on Twitter, at Mike Check Waifu on Instagram, or at contact at MikeCheckWaifuWaifu.com. So we're gonna start off with 9-2. 9-2 says, which power system would you adopt into the world, and what powers would y'all have if y'all chosen different systems? What power system will we adapt in the real world?
So
adopt.
So like one of the anime I really like that doesn't really actually get a lot of talk is, and I talked about it before on here, is Giant Mechanical Doll or the Unbreakable Machine Doll. And basically how it works is that you build a doll out of certain cores. Some people build their dolls out of like actual living things. Mm-hmm. Like one person had an actual dragon for their doll. Other person had like a person. Another person had like a actual like pseudo arm. So I like that concept where anything you kind of want to create can be your controlled like machine puppet that helps you fight.
Right.
And I like how personal that could be to each person's style, right? Like I might choose something that looks like a dog, whereas Polo might choose something that looks like a waifu that got hands, you know?
True.
And I like that whole concept, and they all could have different abilities based on that. So yeah, I would choose something more similar to that kind of style.
That's sick. I like that. A power system that I would adopt. I always like magic stuff. So I'm gonna go with something like that, along the lines of that. Preferably
Black Clover.
preferably magic that makes sense, which is not Black Clover.
I was gonna say, y'all ain't see the face Polo just made.
Powers that makes magic powers that make sense. So stuff like jobless reincarnation, right? Like incantations that that you can or can't have to say, that you can put together in ways that make sense in the world of science. Like for instance, in jobless reincarnation, our guy creates essentially hot water by casting a water spell and casting fire up under the water. Stuff like that, like combination magic that use science to make sense of it, right?
Yeah.
Because I like science, and I think that'd be dope to have the ability to, create some dope shit by putting 2 elements or 3 elements together and creating some nonsense like that.
Heating air and stuff and causing giant explosions.
Yeah, exactly.
All out here being a mad scientist on that's with magic.
Exactly. Great question. 9-2, which is, and it's Twitter at. It's so good. It's 9 spelled out, minus spelled out, 2 spelled out. I always, every time, it gets me every time. Rob_J says, favorite restaurant, fast food or regular?
Damn.
I love these questions. These questions are my favorite too.
Right now, my favorite restaurant is probably something cheap like Cheddar's.
Ooh. Okay.
Cheddar's been smacking.
I'm going to go with Jersey Mike's. Jersey Mike's been smacking. Every time I get a Philly from Jersey Mike's, my life is just complete. And they Chipotle sauce on there. Oh man. Stop it, Polo.
How did you talking about sauce? You know what sauce I really like?
What?
Fucking Wing Depot's ranch. Like it's just different.
It's different. It's different than normal ranch. I don't even know what that is or where that is, but
it's like a Wing Depot's. It's what's his name? Rick Ross's chicken spot.
Oh, okay. Well, we don't have it up here.
No,
obviously.
that's Wingstop. Sorry. Wingstop. Wing Depot.
Oh, Wingstop. Nah, I do know what you're talking about. All right. I'm going to go with Scuba Steve. Wow, I'm late, he says. He tweeted this 3 hours ago from the time we were recording this. He says, you're chosen to make an opening and an ending for an anime. Choose your artist and genre. Great question, bro.
You first on this one since I went first the last 2 times.
You sure you want me to have this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Kid Cudi. Just give me some super dope hums in the lo-fi genre, or something like that. I hate you. Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to, because as soon as I saw it
for the intro and the outro.
Yeah, man.
Oh my god.
Of course.
Because I was gonna use Cudi for my outro.
Hey, you could do it. We could do it. Do it.
All right. So I'm gonna go with Kid Cudi on the outro, but if I had to go for the intro, I'm gonna go with gosh, I'm a struggle. Hold up. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah, no problem.
If I had to go for my intro,
there's so many people.
Nah, you know what? I'm gonna go Jay-Z on the intro. I want like a Rock Boys kind of intro.
Interesting. Honorable mention for me for anime intro. I'm gonna go ahead and say Teflon Sega will be a great one, because he creates that kind of music anyway.
Right.
But I want a Tony Kawa kind of joint too. You know what I mean?
Well, I chose Jay-Z because I feel like when I think of like that Rock Boys, it makes me feel like that regal,
yeah,
dope kind of like chill. Like it's not chill, but it's like you get some pride in it, and then you use Kid Cudi for like, okay, this is the calm after the storm intro.
Facts.
That's what every anime do. It's always calm on the outro.
Yeah, like that AOT outro is so much better, and I hate the intro. I don't like the AOT intro, to be honest.
I don't think it's bad. Some people think it hit, but I don't. It's not as good as like the original. Like the original Attack on Titan intro was like, what?
It's so good. So
Song
good.
of the year.
Hit 'em up Hit 'em up Henry says, do y'all think Goku being revived mad times and Gohan not taking over as head hurt the Dragon Ball series?
So what hurt the Dragon Ball series was a lack of storytelling, not Goku dying a million times. I actually personally don't care how many times Goku dies.
Right.
It's just that the storytelling itself to me wasn't like amazing. And I don't find it justifiable that you could say the storytelling in Dragon Ball is amazing. I do think they have some strong points in the stories sometimes, but none of it is like top tier writing. It's like, there are characters in different worlds who have different backgrounds and stuff like that want to fight. I swear, and I always say this, the best written villain in Dragon Ball to me is Goku Black and Zamasu.
Interesting.
Because they're the only ones who have any kind of like, and I actually just said this was on Twitter. They're the only ones who are like, they are born gods and they feel like a human trying to come up to their stature and level is disgraceful, and that's not acceptable. So they want to put Goku back in his place. And they essentially attempt to do that, and they go back in the past and literally do that. They kill his entire family, everything about Goku that existed. They take his body and use it to basically become gods, or even further extensions of gods. I just think they are the best written villains in Dragon Ball, because Dragon Ball doesn't have really good villains. Yeah,
the whole dying and coming back to life is fine. Like, I don't even mind that to happen in any other anime, really, as long as it's written well. And again, killed it. Like, Dragon Ball Z just isn't written well. Like, there is definitely a way where you can have Gohan be what he is or what he was, like a badass during the Cell Saga, and then still write him down to where he is now, but it be better, be executed better. It's just not executed well at all. It just kind of happens.
Right.
And it just kind of happens throughout the entire show. He becomes a flub, a scrub, a slouch. That everybody
I don't even want to watch it.
Yeah, exactly. But is it bringing down the series as a whole? No. The only thing that is bringing it down is the writing. Writing itself for Dragon Ball is never been there. It's just the action, really. So that that's that. So just tweeted me the tweeted the meme. Oh, it was fantastic. Yeah, good question, Han. Great question. All right. I think that'll do for the questions for Neil. If I miss one, I'm sorry. But let's get to know Mic Check Waifu. It is my turn to read the question until it returns to roll the random number generator.
How many questions left? 92, 93?
92 questions, I believe, is left. Now, if you don't know what Get to Know Mic Check Waifu, it is where we roll a random number generator and we read the question associated with that number and answer it with you here today. All right, give us a roll.
20, sorry.
Yeah. What is your favorite anime? Nice, simple question.
It ain't simple. But
it's simple for me.
Right now, number one is ReZero. But if I had to say what's goated for me, probably my favorite of all time is Full Metal Alchemist.
Mm-hmm. I respect that, Full Metal Alchemist. And for me, number one is ReZero. And then for favorite of all time, if I had to say what's goated, it's Clannad. For unbelievable writing, unbelievable characters, and unbelievable impact.
Impact unbelievable. A fucking tactical nuke to your heart.
True.
I still despise Polo to this day for that.
Let's take this quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna talk spoilers for a shit ton of shows. So still a lot of Mic Check Waifu left. Stick around. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Mic Check Waifu. Follow us on Twitter at Mic Check Waifu. Follow us on Instagram at Mic Check Waifu. Okay, spoiler talk. Today we are spoiling Attack on Titan, Jujutsu Kaisen, ReZero, Reincarnated as a Slime if we want to, Dr. Stone. Just spoilers for all shows we want to talk spoilers about. Before we get into those shows, we'll give you a warning. Sorry, maybe one day again I'll add timestamps to where the actual spoilers start and end. But that's a lot of calories. So so until I'm working out like Tell and could afford to burn them calories, I'm going to abstain from adding timestamps into.
My man, talk about. First of all, I need all the calories I can get.
I'm gonna abstain from doing the timestamps for the spoilers. But today we are going to start off with. And I have to start off with this, Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan has to go first because that's the one everybody watched, I think. It's a whole boy. As ugly as the show has been with the CGI shit, I don't even care. I think I said that last week too. I don't care about the CGI is ugly as fuck. Don't get me wrong. Wiz did a way better job than Mappa. That's a fact. But I just love the show.
Yes. So look. Yes. I think that's just all that can be said is yes. Now, the show kind of started off on that heat. Like what were they doing? They were running up and
They were whooping Eren ass because they were whooping Eren ass because Eren was getting ready to eat the Hammer Titan.
Yeah, the Warhammer Titan.
The Warhammer Titan. So Pac and Pike came through and was like, nah, this shit ain't gonna happen. Well, Pac first with his Jaw Titan. My gosh, dude. My gosh.
And he ripped Eren to pieces real quick.
True.
So this is their first time encountering this Titan, right? This Jaw Titan. And we learn that each Titan controlled by a different person can operate differently, right?
Interesting.
Like the last time they encountered the Jaw Titan was that was
a different one.
Yeah, right. It didn't have the same claws and jaw. Yep. So it wasn't as strong. Whereas this one obviously has been more developed, and he had the claws and it was like cut Eren's hand off mad easy. Yep. And then cut into the Warhammer Titan's like stone structure.
And that's because of bloodline, right? If I remember her correctly.
I think each one is different per person. Like how they envision a Titan, I think is different. I think is how it's actually explained. It's not necessarily the bloodline specifically. It's just if they envision a Titan differently, they can change its form. And we see that at the end with the Armor Titan. If you looked at Reiner, he had spikes all around his body this time.
That's right. Yeah.
So like it's kind of like a level up. The better you are at the form, the better you can do.
Interesting. But yeah, now, this one's getting so wild.
Now, Pike, she had the chain guns on her body, which she had told them to go get when she first met Armin when they were walking around. She was like, "Oh yeah, go get my chain gun shit," for the Titan. And she's slick. I gotta say, I like her as a character because even though her Titan form is not the dopest of all Titans, it actually she's utilizing the proper benefits of the form. Right. And she pulls some dope stuff. I just gotta say, I appreciate her character for that.
My favorite part of this entire episode was Zeke and him saying, "Levi, come out." And Levi came out. He showed up. It showed out, bro. I'm like, okay. You asked. You shall receive, motherfucker.
So can we talk about how you gonna call the same dude out that dogged you the first time? Like, man, you got PTSD. Again. You can't keep letting this man do you like this.
A question for you. This is a question I have for this one. Did Zeke die? Is Zeke done?
So the Titan forms are hard to kill.
Right.
Unless you actually you have to kill the person inside the Titan form.
Right.
So we have yet to see. I'm just gonna tell you,
yeah,
he ain't completely gone.
Yeah, he's like Pike right now. Yeah. Fucked up.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
But the Beast Titan, if I'm not mistaken, heals faster than the Cart Titan.
Interesting.
Cart Titan, it doesn't have the same structure.
You're right. Yeah. So he probably gonna get the fuck up and whoop Eren's ass this next episode.
Find out next time on Attack on Titan Z.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy.
Now what I also really liked was Eren utilizing and seeing the Jaw Titan's ability.
Yep.
And watching it come in to attack him and using it to he struck and he used the Warhammer to block it, and he was like, "Oh no, this is what we can do." And they kind of cut off the legs of the Jaw Titan. I was like, okay, this is dope. And then he rips off the arms and essentially uses the jaw of the Jaw Titan to crush the Warhammer Titan's nucleus structure. Now the shock and just pure grotesque horror that you see in all the people standing around him, just Levi is just whatever.
Yeah.
Mikasa is she's you can see she's this is disgusting. I can't believe I'm watching Eren do this. And then you see the soldiers and they're like, oh my fucking God. And I'm just yep, that's Eren Yeager.
Thinking about the way it ended last season 3, you knew, and this is what I love about it, the fucking show so much. You knew that switch in Eren's head fucking flipped the moment they got to the sea, the moment they realized they were on a fucking island, and that monologue that he gives at the end of season 3. I don't remember what he said, but I will always remember how he said it. The way he said it, the emotion that left his fucking body, dude. He was done with this shit. He was sick of it. He was sick of it. And now this is the person we got. His inner, the way he think on a battlefield, the way he responds and reacts to everything that's going on, the way he fights, it all changed in him at the end of season 3, and it's so fucking special. It's so good that my jaw was to the ground, bro. I was the fucking jaw tighten. I'm just like gone.
Well, yeah, you was definitely the jaw tighten because he put that jaw straight to the ground.
Straight to the motherfucking ground.
Yo, can we talk about how once he absorbed the Warhammer Titans, like, you know, power or whatever, he literally did the Hulk puny god. Yep. Like, fuck out of here, bro. Oh, shit was beautiful, it man.
100% worth it.
I'm enjoying Attack on Titan still. Like,
I still give no fucks about any of the Marlians, dude. I don't care. Yeah. When Pike was like dying, I'm like, yes.
Armin came through with the nuclear bomb on the boats. Come on, bro.
Yes.
And he was boats. Like, and he was saying, you know, are these the sights that you saw? Bertolt talking about, like, you know, he was standing at the top of the Colossal Titan, and you see like just people killed, and you see them looking up at him in like straight horror. And it's like, I get it. Armin isn't quite Eren, right? But they stuff, right? Like, and it seems like all of the weight is falling on Eren's shoulders.
Right.
All of his allies are kind of like, I can't believe that this is how far we have to go for this. But it's also like, you have to go this far because
they haven't seen what Eren's seen.
They're coming for you regardless, you know? And Eren, having adopted the Titan powers, they gain the knowledge of like what the previous Titan wielder had. So like he has the Founding Titan, so he knows what the Founding Titan is all about. He has the Assault Titan, so he knows what the Assault Titan is about. He has the Warhammer Titan, so now he knows what the Warhammer Titan is all about. So only thing that's gonna happen.
What abilities do we get from the Assault Titan?
The Assault Titan has, all right, so each Titan has different things. Like the female Titan and the Assault Titan are basically fighting base Titans, and they both have the ability to call other Titans, just not like as strong. Like how the Beast Titan can call other Titans. Mm-hmm. The Beast Titan can yell and make people turn into Titans. The Assault Titan and the female Titan can't do that. They can just call other Titans to help them. The Warhammer Titan obviously has the hardening ability to make its structure do all the extra shit. The Founding Titan can cause the rumbling, which is essentially able to move all the Colossal Titans, which is like the ultimate. Like Colossal Titans come up, you know what you saw what Armin did. Mm-hmm. The rumbling is millions. It's thousands. It's just all the Colossal Titans are indomitable, basically.
Yeah, they're nukes.
Yeah. Oh, and they can just fall on the ground and kill everything.
Yep. Man, for one, these Titans ugly as fuck. Like the way Eren is shaped with Mappa design.
I hate the jaw of Eren's Assault Titan. Like it does not look good, and it's like the 3D of that is bad. And the jaw Titan doesn't look bad to me because I think it's so small, right? But the Titans that have like the sharp edges and whatnot, like the Assault Titan, does not look quite so good.
The body shape of Eren in general looks stupid. Like he looks like a clay figure. It looks weird.
Yeah, these Titans are basically giant humans, but because of that 3D, they don't look like quite human-esque.
No, but the Colossal Titan, he was way bigger than Virtue look with Wiz design.
Yeah, but he didn't look as bad as Eren, the Colossal Titan. Like Armin's Colossal, did not look as bad as like Eren's Titan.
He was like 2 times bigger than the original Colossal. Yeah, which is weird.
I think that they can alter their size. It depends on different variables.
Titans can?
Yeah, like I don't know if you saw it, but when Eren came out as the Assault Titan the second time, his Titan form wasn't as big as his original Assault Titan form.
Interesting. You're right. It was a little bit smaller. And that's probably why he was able to go back to Titan form again.
Yeah, and it was in the it was in that Warhammer Titan tree thing, but it wasn't as big as the original attack.
Interesting.
Assault Titan.
Okay. All right. Cool. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. What show do you want to move on next? Probably Jujutsu Kaisen, right?
Let's do that, yeah.
Yeah. Next, very popular one, and I'm sure everybody watched. Insane, bro. Insane.
Yuji pulled up on dude and thought that knee was gonna take him down.
Nah. Hell no. Yeah, right? He was like, I hit him pretty hard too.
Right, bro.
Toto was like,
nah, that's not
that's not enough. Again, I'm gonna just go straight to my favorite part. What do you look for in a woman? And the first thing he says,
he said Meg Thee Stallion.
Tall and big ass like Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah. First of all, how tall is Jennifer Lawrence? I feel like she's not really that tall.
What you got to remember, these people are Japanese. They don't.
You're right.
Everything else is obese to them. Jennifer Lawrence is like normal. You know what I mean?
No, she tall.
Yeah. How tall?
She 5'9".
And she's kind of, well endowed too. And beautiful. Definitely beautiful. I was okay with it.
A tall woman.
Yeah, I was definitely okay with the Jennifer Lawrence reference.
For sure. 100%.
Yeah. That was hilarious. I died laughing because he started crying and he had his whole slice of life situation.
Yo.
Like flashback. Oh my God, it's so good.
They became best friends instantly, bro. And I was like, of course, we can rely on Yuji to have a dope answer to like change the tide of what's going on here.
Yep.
I did like that. I thought that was hilarious. But also I liked how he kind of was like they fighting, but he going at Yuji and Yuji's not letting up. Like he's not like just getting dogged. And this is the dude who took out an S grade curse by himself,
Yep.
Multiple A grades and an S grade by himself. And then he didn't have to use any curse abilities until he got to the S grade, which means dude is mad powerful. You know, he could already be out here doing his thing by himself. So that was interesting. But it was kind of interesting to see like these higher ups really want Yuji done for.
I know. So the way everybody else came in and attacked Yuji, and Yuji realizing like, wait, this is bloodlust. I'm feeling like they're trying to kill me. And to see the way he reacted and handles the situation was awesome. And then our boy literally switched spots with Yuji when he was about to get attacked, which was fucking cool. Or was it somebody else that switched spots?
No, Yuji switched spots because he opened up. Toto opened up the possibility for Yuji to do that, and then Yuji used that chance to say, "Let's switch spots." He learned that from Gojo. So Yuji switched spots himself.
I missed that. Yeah.
Toto walked in.
Interesting.
Because if you saw like Toto when he came in, he didn't do anything tricky. Yuji was the one who switched spots and said, "Let's go here," because you can only switch spots with someone else. Because if not mistaken, Toto was on the ground.
Yeah,
that's why Yuji was able to switch spots with the other person.
Cool. It was cool as shit.
I thought that was dope.
It was so fucking dope. I cannot wait to see what happens next episode because this was like a setup for a major bout, right? Like it was a pit pat, a couple jabs here and there. You know what I'm saying? Like they were just throwing them.
Well, Yuji's losing this fight though.
100%. Yeah,
he's losing this fight.
He getting his ass whooped, but it was still, it was still nice to see our other characters do a little something here and there.
Yeah. Do you think are they going to jump to the other characters, kind of give us like some insight on their fights before they do more with Yuji? Probably.
I think exactly what they're going to do, and that's what I'm looking forward to the most because I really want to see Panda throw down with them fucking. I didn't realize he had knuckles. I'm like, oh shit, that's fucking dope.
Yeah, Panda got hands, huh?
Panda got hands. I'm looking forward to seeing that. And then our dude that with the the cursed speech. I cannot wait to see
real
him.
Simon Rowe.
Yep.
Yeah, he about to be like, stop.
It's over.
Think about it. He'll be like, die. And he'll be like, all right, I'm dead. Let's see what he do, because that's what it's got to be.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. So, yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen continues to be dope. I keep seeing a lot of hate from the manga people. A lot of people that I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know what's going on in the manga, and I won't, because I won't read it.
I did see that dude complaining, talking about the stupid, and that all of this stuff that they doing is none of it's talked about, and it's like Yuji's learning this stuff at like nothing. They never discuss this stuff, and these powers and whatnot never happened. And I'm just like, first of all, bro, they were talking about this shit from episode 1.
Yes.
And like, if a character is learning something in a bout or in a fight, it doesn't make a difference. It's not like he's just gaining shit out of nowhere. Everything that has happened in this show, none of it has been just like handed to Yuji.
No.
Yuji ate the cursed finger. Mm-hmm. And then ever since then, he's been training. He's been trying to figure out his shit. So there's never been a moment where Yuji just did something and was like, oh.
And he lost fights, bro. He lost fights. He didn't win.
Lost fights to his damn self.
Yes, too. Yeah, exactly. Like, he got his ass whooped. He got killed. It's so much going on in Jujutsu Kaisen that Black Clover fans, they don't see, and it irritates me. It irritates me because I do believe that guy was a Black Clover fan.
Well, he did have Yuji in his bio picture.
That's true. His Abby.
So I was like, I don't get it. You literally got Yuji as your picture, and you sitting here hating on it. I don't get it.
Me either. I don't know. It's sometimes Twitter is just full of doofus energy, and that's okay. That's okay.
Big
that's all
doofus
right.
energy.
Big doofus energy. That's okay though. That's all right. Let's move on. Where do you want to go next, bro?
Let's hop into Dr. Stone.
Okay, let's do it.
So we were recording, and Polo, well, before we were recording, Polo said Dr. Stone finally had a good episode.
Finally.
Now, I found that kind of funny, right? Because this is actually probably one of my more favorite episodes of Dr. Stone.
Yeah.
Like, there was just enough going on. It didn't seem stagnant. It didn't seem like they dwelled too much on anything. We got some creations that they made. We got character progression. We got to see characters that we hadn't seen in a while. There was just a lot of really overall like decent stuff happening in this episode.
Finally, it went back to the roots of the show, right? Like figuring out something to have the solution be viable. I understand the solution was viable in those previous episodes, right? Like learning how to do this, learning how to do that, but they didn't really do much in previous episodes. They were just monster of the week situations for small, minute details of stuff that eventually led to this, right? But this time they finally got the cell phone working, and now they're playing chess when other people are playing checkers type shit. The shit that I enjoy. Actual writing that develops the story further is what Dr. Stone had this week. Finally, because before this was just pit pat stagnant village bullshit that I didn't give a fuck about, and that's why Dr. Stone has just been okay to me. Now, shout out to Hit 'em Up Hen, because his message to Dr. Stone's fan is like, just because it's different, don't make it good. Dr. Stone is different. It's good, but it's not like this end all be all, this great ass animated everybody claim that it is, because it's just not.
Definitely not. I would definitely not say it's like a top tier anything.
Yeah, and that's what I get on Twitter. People talking about how amazing it is, like it's Fire Force amazing, and it's just not. It's not even close.
Now, I do think Steve actually received some backlash for not liking Dr. Stone this week.
Did he?
Yeah.
I respect it.
I think our friends over at Worst Gen, I can't remember exactly what happened, but Steve said Dr. Stone was like basic or something.
It is. He's exactly right.
And he got some backlash, and I was like, I
wish I would have saw it.
I'm not like the biggest Dr. Stone fan. I do like some decent things about Dr. Stone. It's like an anime you can actually learn something from, but realistically, it's not like the best one that you learn something from. That's why I liked like the dumbbells you lift, how heavy are the dumbbells you lift, because you actually learn something from that show in like every instance. And it's not they're trying to be too serious. It's not they're trying to be too funny. It's just funny. So, I mean, hey, if you like Dr. Stone, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah,
their first season's formula got old. That's all it was. It just got old and like you said, stagnant. It stays static in that one village. Nothing progressing the main overarching story of this. And I'm like, well, I'm so excited about this being 11 episodes because now they have no choice but to
push it.
Right.
Yeah. And the Stone Wars, it's gonna be action.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, of course.
So like for something like this, like we are not necessarily heavy on action people. Like I'm a big action person, but we don't have to have action in every anime we watch. It's just that for there to be no action, we still need story progression.
Yes.
You can't not have action and also not have story progression. Like those two things don't coincide well and make anything good.
Preach it. That's it. That's exactly it. That's the problem. But again, this episode, it got there. It got there. It had, like I said, the chess match that Senku's so good at doing, understanding the plan and executing the plan. The chick with the gymnastics and them introducing that into a world that knows nothing about it was super interesting. Right. I love that part of it too. Like that was what was so good about the very beginning of the show. Like the first 4 or 5 episodes was getting people like Tsukasa, who was good at fighting, to help him solve this lion problem. And you know what I'm saying? Like it's just that is what makes the show so special. And to know that we got old Robin Hood dude coming through.
That was dope, by the way.
That was super dope, super interesting.
I was like, "Woo, boy, you again almost lost his head."
Yeah,
almost lost his head in no time.
He's like an Olympian archer or some shit like that.
Yeah,
but I cannot wait to see who these people are, and that's like the fun part, like understanding who the people who Tsukasa decided to revive with the revival juice, and then all the people he has lined up to be revived too. Super interesting.
Oh yeah, when Magna was like, we can just cut their hands off now, kill them now, and I was like, that's not a bad idea, but that's exactly opposite. That's the opposite of what we're trying to do here.
And that dilemma, wrestling with that dilemma and that choice. Seriously, man, that's the good part about Dr. Stone.
Now,
keep that up.
I will tell you what I did think about though was what happened to Senku. Right, we do know if you cut their hands off, you can revive them with their hands back on.
Really?
Essentially, because remember what Senku did? He when Tsukasa killed him, or essentially attempted to kill him, he had he still had some of the stuff on his back. And when he put the acid on there, it healed him because of the particles it released, essentially. So we do know that if you cut your hands off while you're a stone, if you put things back, you can essentially revive everything all as one.
True. I forgot all about that part. Yeah, that was a big part that made.
See, that would have been me trying to play chess. Like, hey, look, we can cut their hands off. That
just
way,
save the hand.
Can't use them.
Yep.
And then when these people come back, we might mix match their hands, get this man a woman hand and a man hand. You know, we don't know. We gonna see what we want to do. But I'm just playing. But like, they could have been doing that too. Like that would have been a cool concept. But I know that's kind of cruel still. But you know,
very. And that's
sometimes you got to be that way 2,000 years in the future.
That's what I'm thinking. But yeah, I enjoyed this one. This has been one of the better episodes since like 1, 2, and 3. Looking forward to it. I think the show, I don't know. Is it directed towards kids or is it the shonen teen crowd?
I mean, it's probably definitely directed more towards children because like
that's what I feel. But they have death, you know, like
really though. Do they really have death though?
I mean, he's chopping up stone people.
He didn't kill Senku like in a bloody, gory way. You know, he chopped him in the back of the neck. And like the stone figures he broke, they really more or less look like statues. So yeah, they died.
Yeah.
But like kids ain't gonna look at that and be like, oh no, he died. They're like, oh no, he
Yeah.
broke a statue.
That's true.
You know?
That's true. I just was curious about that. Excuse me. Sorry. I think we should go into ReZero. And they'd probably even call it there, to be honest.
Okay. So what did you feel about Garfield's just basically Garfield's story here?
Yes, man.
Um
I understand Garfield now.
Yeah. And the thing, I feel like they gave us a little bit of insight on Garfield in the beginning, just not enough to make it feel like understandable. I like kind of died laughing when we found out he was like an 8th grader.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Like, dude is what, 11 years old?
Right. He's
12 years old, something like that.
Yo, that was fucking funny as hell. I'm like, no way. Are you kidding me? That's awesome. That was awesome. And that, man, listen, ReZero's so special because of that too. Think about it. He's 11, 12 years old, right? His mentality, his mindset as to why he feels the way he feels about this sanctuary and about his mom fucking makes sense. He's an adolescent. His brain isn't fully developed to understand these concepts that literally Subaru teaches him in Subaru's speech to him.
Right. Or even these complex emotions, right? Like at 12, 13, 14, you don't understand all of your emotions. So like, he's flipping out, going into rages for stuff that like to us might be like, why are you doing that, bro? Right. But for his age, it makes sense. Like to rage out or go crazy because of that. And to miss your mom. You know, you've missed your mom for how long? Been gone for years. Yep. So like, and he has to understand that his mom died. But he can remember the day his mom left when he was a child, like, and not even a child, 'cause he's still a child. But he can remember when he was an infant and his mom left, and that's the last memory he had of her as an infant. Like it's been, 13, 12 years since he's seen his mom. So that's another ridiculous little hit to him. Yeah, and this is all he knows, and he wants to protect it or protect those around him.
And to think about, like, it's for when his mind processed the fact that she wanted to leave so she could be happy. He didn't know that she left to just find their father so they can be a family again. Like that didn't even come close to his thought process, right? When we found out why she left, that shit was like, it was hard because it's like, damn, she did that for them. And just to barely get out, to just die from a rock slide, bro. I'm like,
bro,
that killed me.
The heartbreak. But that has to be the reality. Like she may have wanted to do something, right? Bring their dad actually back, but she knew leaving there, everything wasn't going to be all easy. She knew that, and they knew when she left, and that's why Francesca, when she left, she wanted to make sure that she made a place for them outside of there because mom wasn't able to do that.
Yep. Yeah, I can't. And what's crazy is like ReZero, it wasn't any death for the last, 3 episodes? No death. Nobody died. 4 episodes.
Yeah.
And it's still progressing so well. I'm just looking forward to seeing what Amelia's quote unquote her mission is now that she's talking to the Witch of Greed. Like, hey, we're comrades here, like we're equals, so I'm not gonna let you bullshit us no more.
She also looks sad, like Saudi, that she going after her man.
Oh, true. She did get real defensive about that, man. I thought that was dope. I love it.
I also thought it was dope that Subaru got the intangible hands.
Yes.
Like that was dope. Like you literally did uppercut, bro.
So he got a new power. He finally upgraded. Like finally got some power, some useful power.
How long, bro? It took you how long?
Dude, I don't even know how long he's been in this world anymore. I can't believe how good this show is. And it has yet to waver from not being good. Like Has there been a bad episode?
I mean, so the last bad episode I remember was before this show came out. So nah, I don't think so.
Exactly. Fucking good, man. It's so good. It's too good. ReZero's goated. Number one anime of all time.
Easily.
I cannot wait until next week. We got a lot of shows next week. We're going to go back to talking about them like normal. And I think next week we could do like a short little manga recommendations section. But
100%.
I really do hope you guys enjoy recommendations too. If you guys have any questions about any of the shows we talked about, feel free to tweet at us or DM us on Twitter. Our DMs on Twitter are open, I believe, as long as you're following. So just follow us and DM us, and we could talk details, or if you got a question about anything, we can give you details on the next episode of Mic Check Waifu. And with that, Till.
All right, so we just finished talking about ReZero goated easily. Dr. Stone was one of his first
time out. I just got your text message. Yeah, Promise Neverland. Yes. I'm sorry. I can't.
Oh, okay.
I'm so sorry.
Right.
I almost forgot about it.
All right. So I know I didn't want to just jump out there with Promise Neverland.
No,
if
you
wasn't
should
ready to talk about it yet.
You should have.
All right. Let's not do the recap yet. Promise Neverland. You had some questions. I know you said you what's up with Promise Neverland?
So, is that place that they're in, the Minerva's den, I'm going to call it, is that another farm? Is that a self-sustaining farm? You could just say yes or no.
No.
Okay.
No.
Because when I saw that help.
Exactly what it looks like.
Okay, so it's a safe house for refugees, essentially.
Yeah. Here's how I would say this works out, right? Is imagine, right? You're not these kids, but you were some kids who were born, let's say maybe 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years before. 100, 200 years before. You have this safe house, and you realize that you're in this safe house, but on the outside, there's nowhere you can go still, because this world has been this way for 1,000 years.
Right. So that's just it.
That's just it. That those people before them may have not been as smart as they are. So to them, they're like, we're here and we can live here happily, but like imagine having to look at the same wall all your life.
Yeah. And that's why that room had help on it, essentially.
Yeah, for the most part. Okay.
And it pissed me off to know that that demon was really a demon. That fucking killed me, man.
I mean, so that's also one thing, is that like not all of them are the same. Obviously, the little girl demon, she is different.
She's an adolescent. She don't know yet.
She's different though. And she's been alive for years, like longer than either of us have been alive.
Oh, okay.
I think she's been alive for at least like 100 years or so.
Oh shit.
But,
okay.
But like the thing is that some of those demons are still like, you know, we don't want to devour humans unjustly. Like they take pride in hunting and stuff like that. And I think we'll probably see some more of that coming soon. I don't want to spoil too much.
I hate that because he's not like, okay, if he enjoys hunting, tell the kids this. Get stronger because I'm gonna hunt your ass down and eat you. Don't be playing this I'm a good guy bullshit to say that I want them to reproduce so they're not gonna hunt them all down later. Like that shit pissed me off. I didn't like it.
It's the same as like people who like hunt wild animals, right? Like people who go hunt deer. Because they don't want to necessarily, like if people decided they want to live an entirely natural life, think of it almost like being a vegan.
That's perfectly fine, but I'm not going to be friends with the deer first. I'm not going to live with the deer for 6 days.
I love this deer. So go make it so I can go kill him.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah.
That's like, if you wanted to hunt, just at least tell them that. So now that when they see you again, they're not going to be like, oh, hey, guy that helped us out and not being the one to hunt kids. And then he turns around and hunt kids. Like, I hate him.
I think these next few episodes going to be really harsh for you.
I hate it here.
Yeah, I think these next few episodes going to be pretty harsh for you, bro.
I really hate it here, man. So, do we get a time skip this season with the way they're moving? It could be a yes or no.
I think there will be a time skip at the end of the season, if I'm not mistaken.
And so, like, we're going to get a season 3 type thing.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Damn.
We'll get a season 3 and then probably a season 4.
You think it's going to be 4 seasons of this shit?
From what I read, makes sense to go to season 4.
Okay, even with the pacing.
Yeah, because if I look at this pacing for this, they could end in the season 3, but the season 3 would have to be like 24 episodes.
Yeah, isn't this one 24?
No, it's 11.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no way. Okay. Damn, I thought it was 24 too. That's what I thought would be a time skip this season.
There's a whole like segment that should be like them figuring out some shit. And it'll be in this, but it's going to be like, we'll see how it goes, basically. I'm pretty sure they'll do it right because of how the pacing for Promised Neverland season 1 went. Mm-hmm. That I think that they can do it well in this and keep all of the like main story beats intact. For people who did not read the manga, it's still going to make sense. And for people who read the manga, we'll just know that happened.
All right, manga spoilers for the anime. I'm going to ask this question because I want to know the answer, and you can spoil me. So full spoilers right here.
Oh God, here we go.
Is Minerva alive?
Yes and no.
The fuck is that?
So like, you want yes or no? So like, there's like 3 different things with this, right? So like yes, no, and kind of, right?
Okay,
so like,
okay. Let me just say this before I get fully spoiled.
I'm not gonna fully spoil you.
Is it his bloodline that's still alive?
Yes.
Okay.
And still him in a sense.
I hate it here. All right, so let's go ahead.
I'm just gonna say his name may have been picked up by someone. Is all.
Okay. I figured that was the case because I know he wasn't alive. Like there was no fucking way. But I wanted to know how they're going to because he's here. I know he's here because there's no fucking way he's not, right? Or she, because it could be either or. I do think somebody picked up his. I didn't know somebody either picked up his name or it's his kids, essentially. But all right, let's wrap this up.
Polo look like I can't believe this shit that I gotta deal with. All right, we just finished talking about Promised Neverland. A little bit of spoilers there. Polo look a little like he can't believe this shit he gotta endure. ReZero, like we said before, goated. Dr. Stone, first great episode since like episode 1 or 2. Jujutsu Kaisen, consistently fire. We can't wait to see what happens next. Attack on Titan, consistently fire. We can't wait to see what happens next. Eren Yeager, constantly. We also had to get to know Mike Check Waifu, which what was your favorite anime? Let us know what your favorite anime was. We had our break, and we also had some great questions before our break from all of our Twitter followers, and we love you and we appreciate it. Then we had a nice section with all our recommendations. Let us know what you think about our recommendations and what your recommendations are for new anime watchers and some old timers. We also had a so far so good section. What's new for this season that's really good that everyone's watching? Let us know what you're currently watching this season. And then we also talked about redo of Healer.
Yikes.
Redo of Healer. Yikes. Yep, that's episode 85.
I'm at Polo Bornfly on all social media.
I'm at King Teliano on all social media.
You can follow our social medias at Mike Check Waifu on Twitter and at Mike Check Waifu on Instagram. And as always, Mike Check. Peace.
Where's your button at?
It's broken. It's broken.
It's okay, bro.
You're now tuned into Mike Check Waifu. Is that you?